Welcome to In America. In this video, I am excited to announce and proud to present to you, my loyal followers, my new project, the Cup of Hermes, a beginner's guide to sexual alchemy. This is by far my most important project I have ever released. Now you may be asking, what is the Cup of Hermes? In sexual alchemy, the crescent moon symbolizes the sacred cup of Hermes. In our body, this cup resides in our loins, and as each month you preserve your seed, the cup of Hermes fills. The moon, which goes from the new moon phase to crescent moon to full moon, all continued repeatedly, is a constant reminder to keep the sacred cup of Hermes full. In this beginner's guide to sexual alchemy, we will explore the yin and yang of sexual alchemy, commonly called Tantra or sexual magic. We will discuss the sacred law of Hermes Trismegistus, the esoteric symbolism of the blade and the chalice, the phallus and yoni, the process of the alchemical work, better known as the mystical quest for the Holy Grail. As we delve deeper into the shadows, we will analyze the extensive use of trauma-based mind control on the masses and the weaponization of sexuality. You will learn not only the art of sexual transmutation, but the law of sex or sacred energetic exchange. But you will also learn the importance of a strong defense against the dark arts. You are the essence of living light, slowed down into the physical manifestation of frozen light, a human. Hue is the dominant wavelength of light. You are light manifested into a physical vessel, the prima materia in quintessence. With this book, the creation of your diamond body awaits. Sex is the principal motive force of all mechanicalness. It will become clear the power of sexuality over people is twofold. Sex is the chief form of slavery through pornography, masturbation, etc., or it is also the chief possibility of liberation through sexual alchemy. I present to you an inside look at Chapter 8 of the Cup of Hermes, titled Heiros Gamos, the Alchemical Wedding. It should be clear at this point, the original sin of our first parents was the crime of spilling the cup of Hermes, or scientifically known as spilling the semen. Animalistic fornication is the reason man was exiled from Eden. When man returns to the starting point, that is when he reestablishes the sexual system of Eden. The sacred serpent Kundalini will again rise victoriously in order to convert us into gods. But those who willingly spill the cup of Hermes are properly recognized as black magicians. Sexual energy is the finest energy of the infinite cosmos. Sexual energy can convert us into angels or demons. Sex should be viewed as a holy sacrament, a sacrament of the will, but not of desire. It is imperative to understand desire is the root of all evil. The I is desire. The ego feeds upon our animal desires. Animal desire and sexual magic are incompatible. Desire and raising the sacred serpent are as opposite as hot and cold, dark and light, yin and yang. Samuel Anwar wrote, "Where there is desire, there can't be love, because love and desire are incompatible." You see, desire produces illusion. Anwar continues, not only does one fornicate physically, but fornication also exists in the mental and astral worlds. Those who engage in lustful conversations, read or watch pornographic films and magazines, waste an enormous reserves of energy. Those people utilize the finest and most delicate substance of sex, wasting it miserably in the satisfaction of their brutal mental passions. There are many adverse effects by consuming pornography and giving into our animalistic desires. When you engage in these adverse activities and your mind is in that state, It opens up the subconscious to all sorts of harmful activities, harmful effects, and negative psychoactive chemicals. You are literally susceptible to being programmed by anything and anyone. It's not a coincidence that one company, aptly called MindGeek, owns the majority of the global porn industry. Do not fool yourself. Porn is one of the darkest, most vile forms of black magic. If a product is free, you are the product. Anwar explains, sexual fantasy produces psychosexual impotence. Those type of sick men have normal erections, but the instant they try to connect the male member with the vulva, the erection diminishes and the phallus fails, leaving them in a horrible state of despair. They have lived in sexual fantasy, and when they actually find themselves facing the harsh reality of sex, which has nothing to do with fantasy, they become confused and are unable to respond to that reality as they should. A man in this state is no different than an animal, a slave to sex without any benefit or true pleasure. This man is the definition of lost in sin, the continuous sine wave of time, all the while not utilizing the gifts of Hermes to ascend to the higher state of being. These are the people of the abyss, the enemies to the Holy Spirit. The human must learn to live sexually. The Aquarian Epoch is the age of sex. The sexual glands are controlled by Uranus, which is the ruling planet of the constellation of Aquarius. Thus, sexual alchemy is in fact the science of the new Aquarian age. Whether an initiate or a novice, this book is for you. Other topics include sexual and Masonic symbolism, the law of sacred energetic exchange, Tantra, yoga, the power of menstrual blood and genital secretions, circumcision, the inversion of the sacred spinal fire, the Kunda buffer or tail of Satan, the key of David, ritual abuse, sodomy, trauma-based mind control, moon children, a defense against the dark arts, psychic parasites, and much, much more. Link is in the bio to place your order. Both the digital and physical copies are available. You are now officially initiated into the royal art of Hermes.